Welcome everyone. It is Sandra Alexa here, and I am from the YouTube channel Game Changer. Okay, Game Changer is a self-discovery book, and it's about the new model of relationships, more Aquarian. Okay. And if you look in the show me part underneath, I have a website called My Personal Muse. So I do business and spiritual coaching, and I have written other books. I was kind of a co-author on a makeup book, and then 2 spa books on business and setting up spas and that type of thing. Also on my website, I have a lot of testimonials. I have a lot of a photo album of all the different things I've done. I've had a very diverse career. But so what I do is I assist people in their personal self-discovery, and I use self-discovery tools like astrology, numerology, a galactic signature. I have a lot of different things, and assist them in manifesting their own personal purpose, finding meaning, and enjoying life. And I have had a long time journeying and doing a lot of personal discovery, we call it self-discovery. And I actually have a little audio clip on my website. Okay, anyway, so it's exciting times. Okay, today we're going to talk about what's happening in the cosmos. I do a lot of I do all the different cycles, the cosmic cycles, the planetary cycles, okay? And if we think about it, everything is based on cycles. We have the seasons, we have the equinox, the solstice, we have the new moons, we have the full moons, and then we have the different planetary movements, okay? And so today we're going to talk about a big one, okay? So today is July 15th. Today is July 15th. And so today we're going to discuss one of the, it's not a planet, it's an asteroid, and it's called Chiron, and it's going direct. But before we do that, I would really appreciate it if you would, if you go to the top on the right hand, you can click over there and you can look at how to order the book. Now the book Game Changer comes in hardcover, softcover, ebook, and audio. Okay. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, and if you put a comment in. Once a month I do a draw, and so somebody gets a mini reading from the name that I draw. Okay, I'd really appreciate that. So today we can start. Also, I have a post on my Facebook. So I have a Personal Muse Facebook page, I have a Game Changer Facebook page, and then I have my own personal Facebook page. And I'm quite politically active, so if you're not interested in that, you're better off just to look at the other 2 posts. Okay, wow. So it's time to embrace the incredible, magical opportunities for conscious, emotional healing. Right now, with the sun in sensitive Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, and all of the different retrograde planets. Today, on the 15th, Chiron, which I say is an asteroid, and it was found in 1977, and it's actually called the Wounded Healer. Okay, and it turns retrograde at 13 degrees of Aries until December the 19th of 2021. Now, John Bradshaw wrote a book called Healing the Inner Child in 1977. Okay, so you can check your astrological natal chart to see what house Aries rules, because that's where this kind of energy will be. And so it's all about healing. Okay, which we're going to talk about. So a planetary retrograde is an inevitable cycle of life, and it gives us a chance to stop, to contemplate, and discern as we get clarity. So getting clarity is like a reality check, and it strengthens our plans, because what we can do is now we take the time and we research, we rethink, we review, we reconfirm, we reorganize, we readdress, we reassess, we re-edit, we readjust, we reconnect with people from the past. So we revise, so we revisit the past, okay, especially past issues, and they will resurface so that you can deal with them, okay? We have right now a lot of retrograde planets, which give us many opportunities and possibilities to go within and resolve unconscious personal issues dealing with patterns. We all have a pattern. Like I'm sure you have a morning pattern. You get up and you're going to do this and you're going to do, well, we actually have other patterns in life. Some serve us and some do not serve us, okay? Our patterns will come from our thoughts and our feelings, okay, which manifest corresponding patterns of beliefs, habits, and behavior. When an inner situation is not made conscious, we're not aware of it, okay, it happens as fate. Carl Jung is saying that. So we have unconscious default patterns that we fell back on that need to become conscious so we can work out the issues and free our lives for forward momentum instead of being stuck. Okay, it's just like, oh, okay. So for instance, it could be in regards to a relationship. Okay, well, been there, done that. Get into the next relationship. Similar patterns happen. Okay, that maybe you're the giver or the other person's the taker or you're the taker, whatever. These are the things that we're going to look at. So it's like the movie Groundhog Day. So the same thoughts, the same feelings that keep us locked into energetic patterns, like a hamster in the cage. So SS, DD. So we experience, okay, these are things that we're going to be, we can be triggered with. So we can get angry at certain things. We're sad. There can be depression. There can be anxiety. There can be frustration, confusion, uncertainty, pain. And when I talk pain, it can be physical and it can be emotional pain and exhaustion from the craziness of these personal planets, okay? So it could be that you had been through a divorce. There was a lot of moving maybe when you were younger or now. There was loss of job, health issues, death of a loved one that you haven't got over. And then came 2020, which was insane. The insanity of the government lockdowns and mandates. The final tipping point of the total deconstruction of all of our societal structures that actually started dissolving in 2007. That's a planetary configuration. When Pluto went into Capricorn, it said, I'm going to totally destroy it all. And Pluto moves out in 2024. So, but this is one of the tipping points because there's going to be a lot of disclosures now, a lot of truth, a lot of cleanup. The deconstruction is necessary because of the hierarchical structure of society and the greed, the corruption, the entitlement, the control, the dominance, the power over, okay? What an incredible opportunity that we have now to embrace our sovereignty, our authenticity, and transparency, and claim our personal power and get some self-mastery through the self-actualization process, moving on to freedom, to explore our purpose and enjoy life. A total epiphany. The true colors of individuals are being revealed. And now your choices and decisions of who and what you want to allow in your life. An incredible time for self-discovery work at a soul level with Chiron retrograde and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn from April the 27th of 2021 until October the 6th of 2021. And Pluto reveals, it purges, and it transforms as you align with the divine and source. With Jupiter retrograde in Pisces from June 20th, 2021 until October 18th, 2021, which magnifies the spirituality, expands it, and helps you reach feelings and thoughts and experiences to bring them up. Then we have Neptune retrograde in Pisces from June 25th, 2021 until December 2nd, 2021. And it leaves us with tough realizations, okay? Because when Neptune is just Neptune, not retrograde, okay, it can almost put a veil over your eyes and only lets you see what you want to see. You've heard the term, to see through the veil. I was born with a veil, so you see through it. Okay, so now that it's retrograde, it's an incredible time. You see a person and or a situation for what it or they really are, as opposed to how you want it or them to be. Okay, now Saturn retrograde in Aquarius from May 22nd, 2021 until October 11th, 2021 has you accepting, embracing personal responsibility and accountability and embracing the changes. You can't just stay like this. It's like, okay, we got to get flowing. Then Uranus goes to retrograde in Taurus on August the 20th, 2021 until January 18th, 2022, which assists you in identifying any unnecessary complications that hinder your freedom and allows you to eliminate whatever those complications are. Listening to your intuition, you're done. And you're ready to purge. That's what this is all about. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Albert Einstein. So with Chiron retrograde for 5 months, we have a chance to do a deep dive, to explore and resolve undefined and unexplored thoughts and feelings, and finally release them as they constrict our energy and our life force. So you see, this just isn't an easy, we got a lot of months. You can see where this whole passage is. Now, past trauma from, say, early childhood, past lives, ancestral karma can now be explored and dealt with to resolve the issues and challenges, which gives you freedom. Okay, I say it's like you're in a chrysalis, like the caterpillar, and it's time to free yourself to be free like the butterfly. And the butterfly actually is soul in Greek. What that means is you will be physically and emotionally free. You will not have the pain and energy congestion, the continual compulsive thoughts and emotions, and physical body plane, which now energetically allows the flow of energy, okay? And so you can see it manifesting in your external life, yay. So rather than be constricted, once you release the emotions and the thoughts and everything, it's just like I took transcendental meditation maybe 40 years ago. It was like when the thoughts come, it's just like in an aquarium, how the bubbles go to the top. You don't grab onto them, you just let them move. You let them move, you let them move. Now, with the physical pain in the body, that's another thing that we're going to address, okay? Because the physical pain in the body is just messages. Okay, the universe is giving you messages through the body. So now, as Chiron retrogrades, the universe is directing you to understand the emotional and physical pain you carry, embrace it, and then work toward releasing and letting go of old, toxic, negative voices, thoughts, habits, patterns, and behavior. Letting go of any energy vampires or parasites that suck your money, suck your time, suck your energy, okay? And so you're significantly cleansing the shadow self and any negative energy. So months of internal work, what we call it is burning the dross and healing. Wow, such a beautiful time. And people are probably thinking she is weird, a beautiful time. But I know what my past lives are like, and I've been through this, I've done it, and I embrace that kind of thing because it's about truth and freedom and ascension. We're talking about ascension and waking up and becoming more conscious, more aware, more mindful, and opening to our purpose, and so enjoying life. Okay, so it's time to understand. Okay, this is important. Do not waste good things on people who will not appreciate them. That's your power of discernment and detachment. This proverb is adapted from a saying of Jesus from the Gospels: cast not pearls before swine. Jesus appears to be warning his disciples to preach only before receptive audiences. You decide who will be in your circle. Prioritizing self-care and time to begin this deep self-discovery, self-reflection is about appraising your self-worth and value and creating personal boundaries. Now, it's time you allow anger and aggression to flow naturally. It's time to be emotionally honest with self and others, okay? And some will stay in your life and others you choose to release and just uncouple with love, okay? So, and I think I forgot to tell you that I do add more to my videos than do to my written, because there's things that come to me as I'm going through it. And so I need to address when I say embrace your anger and embrace that. And so I see us as a part of nature. We're energy beings, okay? And so I can look out one day and the sun is beautiful, shining and everything. The next day I can have the biggest, strongest thunderstorm, lightning, there can be a tsunami, okay, whatever. So what does the earth naturally do? It naturally flows, okay? And so the interesting thing is, I'm just going to say this one thing about Uranus. When Uranus was in Aries like years ago, I think it was 2019, it moved into Taurus. The day that Uranus moved into Aries, they had the Fukushima meltdown, okay, of that nuclear plant, and that was fire. Because Uranus is lightning, okay, and a wakefulness, and Aries is fire. Now, when it came, I think it was March of 2019, Uranus moved into Taurus, which is an earth sign. Well, guess what happened? We had volcanoes that day. Okay, that was the day because I lived on the Big Island, but over on the Kona side, but on the Hilo side, part of the Hilo side went off because it ripped them apart. That's the power in the planetary cycles. Okay, so rather than stuffing your sadness and stuffing your anger and stuffing all of this kind of stuff, and people trigger you and then you get mad, okay, and that's where people can just shoot somebody or hit somebody or whatever. Process it. I'm going to show you how. Okay. Now, a great book, okay, is Louise Hay's called You Can Heal Your Life. Now, I have done for years, okay, past life regression, ancestral karmic work, whatever. And so the last couple of weeks and I forgot even that Chiron was going to be retrograde, but I did it intuitively. So I wrote and I addressed the different issues that I have, my physical issues, okay, which I've had a lot of because I've had to learn at a couple of car accidents, okay. I've had challenges with my hips. And the moment I started addressing them, then I started feeling the relief in the pain in my body. Things started changing, okay? because now I'm addressing. So I wrote, I think the first thing is 14 pages, and then the next thing I went through and identified different things and shifted my thought. Okay, and I'm going to give you an example. Okay, as I said, I've been doing past life regression, honoring the emotional and physical planes now in my life. Many modalities of healing. Okay, so for years, there's constant maintenance as to where I am in my life. Okay, so another thing I'm going to say is a few years ago when I was in BC, I met Matthew Ashdown. He's from British Columbia, hey, and we had done some work together. Little did I know he is a gene key expert. And so I love the gene keys. Okay, he asked me one day, we were doing work when my birthday was, and sure enough, the gene keys are based on the time of your birth, much like astrology. So I studied, I got the book. Okay, and so this was really interesting, and it's been life-changing for me. I've actually done different sessions with him, the Venus sequence, the other many different sequences. Okay, but one of the things I really got the moment that I bought the book and started doing stuff with him and had readings, I noticed that it said for every one of the gene keys, it's just like, so it's a planet. So say I have Venus in Aquarius. Okay, so I would have gene key, this would be my life purpose. Okay, it'd be a certain one. It tells you what amino acid you need. And of course, for me, health, and because I've always had a challenge with being in my physical body, is I looked right away and I went and I found for each one of my gene keys what the amino acid was that I needed. And then I went and I bought True Hope, okay, which is 23 free amino acids, and this is for brain health, and an ideal balance of amino acids and vitamins to promote mental and physical well-being. Love them. Okay, and then I have another one. So Matthew has been a key for me. And I've had a lot of different, I've had massage therapists and people that I've worked with all my life, my astrology teachers, many different ones. Okay, but right now I'm concentrating on what has just been happening. And so, and then, oh my God, and it was like here, I had done some work with Brandon in New York. He has a school there, okay, Spirit Tree School. And I had met Kat, okay, and we had done some work together. And then she has a company called Intentional Being. She's out of New York. And I actually had an Akashic soul session. I've done every kind of session except that, okay? And it was just amazing. I have to write an endorsement for her. It was like all the pieces of the puzzle were there on the table, and I just had to pick them. So it's just like going through my past lives. I just went through like 13 of them and looked at what were the things I learned, what had I done, what were my gifts for them. And then I went through all of my different physical challenges and what my lesson was and what I needed to do to release a lot of energy, okay? And so what I need you to know is we're forever advancing and becoming more conscious during this ascension process. So to move forward, I access my body and where the pain is, and I concentrate on shifting it, okay? And that's where if you can go and get one of her books, you can go through it. So I'm going to just say an example. And this is an example that I didn't need right now, but I had years ago, okay? I had teeth. So teeth represent decisions, so long-standing indecisiveness, inability to break down ideas for analysis and decision. So it shifts the thought pattern, okay? And so it's like I make my decision on the principles of truth, and I rest securely knowing that the only right action is taking place in my life. So now that is when I'm in alignment with the divine source and God. So guess what? Emotionally honest with self and seeing others and situations for what they really are. And right now, things are about to get real. And so we have the chance to go within and own our repressed issues or feelings, which you may not even recognize. So it's time to declutter your mind, thoughts, and emotions, just like decluttering your home and space. I want to tell you a little bit about my issue with teeth. I had moved to Hawaii for a while, and I had a bunch of root canal problems. And so one of my doctors, actually, he was the doctor at the University of Alberta that taught root canals. And he did a special session on mine because it was so bad and had his students there. So when I moved over, he gave me a dentist over in Honolulu, and he gave me antibiotics that if I got over there and had a problem, that's what I had to do. So teeth is a big thing for me. Right now, I'm working a lot with, because I had a couple of car accidents with my hips, my feet, okay? And so that's for me. It's like, wow, and I own it. I embrace it. I never whine about it, okay? And I know what Pluto, where Pluto is in my position. I've been hit since 2007, okay? And I went on a walkabout for about 5 years. I went in 2015 and have learned a lot. And then you have to process it and integrate it, okay, into your being. So now, what we're going through is huge shift and ascension process, and it's all about finding out who you are, embracing yourself at a soul level, okay? So ensure that you drink water, you get enough rest, you touch the earth and the trees, you meditate, you can walk a labyrinth, you can listen to the solfege music, and you can choose your own frequency because you intuitively will go with it. And nourish the mind, body, and spirit. Showers really help cleanse the aura and smudge yourself and your physical space. And as I say, I add a lot more to the video on my personal journey and activities currently, which I've said to you I have done, okay, and am doing, okay. So it's like brushing your teeth every day. It's not like, okay, I brush my teeth and I never need to. It's just like spiritual growth is an ongoing process. So many blessings, much love, and it's a great time to have a private session or reading. You can just contact me. You can see where to get hold of me. Let me assist you. All the planetary shifts right now, we have the nodal position shifting, and that's a big one, okay, because we have returns. So we have a nodal return in January of 2016, I think it is, or the 22nd, but in 2022. And our nodals are connected with past life, what our purpose is. We get in touch with everything. And for me, it lasts 18 months. This is important. It lasts 18 months. So it's like that time period for me when it's my nodal return, and it only happens every 18 years. So if I know about it, I can take advantage of it. And for me, next January it comes, and so it's like the angels pick me up and everything works for me. Now, it would be the opposite. So if it's like, because I have a north node in Taurus, so if somebody has a north node in Scorpio, they're going to go through some kind of recalibration. So for me, it's the cycles, the astrology is all about timing and all about who I am as an energetic being and how I'm plugged into the universe and how I can manifest, because I'm really good at being a creator and manifestation. That's why the muse. Okay, so I want to thank you for taking the time today, and I'd appreciate it again if you would comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And the book Game Changer makes a great gift. Okay, we have weddings, and it's great for self-discovery. The neat thing is the whole first chapter is interactive exercises, and the bottom line is there's 8 different areas, and it helps you to define, because you have to answer the questions. So it's getting to know yourself, understanding the very first relationship we have is with self, and we evolve and we mature, we change, and we need to take time to reflect. And so now change is inevitable. And again, I said once a month I draw a name, but knowing thyself and to thine-self be true. And I'm all about emotional honesty. Okay, because I think if you're not honest with yourself or not honest with anybody else, it says, well, I don't want to hurt anybody. You hurt more with dishonesty. Lots of love, many blessings, and I really hope you enjoy this, and take care and embrace all this beautiful, beautiful time of being able to honor yourself.